All right. Party people in the place to be. Couple of minutes to spare. Ah! Whew! Since it's just before. Go this way, that way I can see shit. There we go. All right. Since it's just before time to go, let's run a couple of drills. Particularly passing. Actually, I really need to work on my defense. Actually, I need to work on both. My passing game and my defense game are both trash. So I really need to work on both. So that's what we shall do. At least for the next 5 minutes or so. Although this loading process could take 5 minutes, so there's that. All right. Let's go basic defense. Tackling mechanic, pass rush, defensive tackle, battle, red zone defense, Oklahoma defense. Coverage mechanics. That's what I really need to work on. When the coverage mechanics, switch players and balls in the air. There are 3 coverage techniques: play receiver, play ball, swap ball. By pressing X while the ball is in the air, the player will try to secure the tackle. That's exactly why we're doing this practice shit. Player receiver was not pressed. The player will perform a ball hawk mechanic to try to intercept the ball. Those situations where your player is in proximity of the ball landing spot and you have defensive help around you. Switch to the closest player. Yes. So push the closest player and hit the triangle. Swat down the ball. Almost dropped. Okay. SWAT was unsuccessful. Okay. Try it again. Hey, what's going on? So it's a couple minutes before 4:30, so I figured I would do a couple training drills here before I actually get into the actual preseason game. Circle and then triangle. That's what it's supposed to look like. Come on, so I can get to the game. What the hell? Does it matter that the ball was dropped? I swatted it away. How's that unsuccessful? Alright, whatever. Whatever, let's get to the actual game. Joey the Blade Petite. What's going on, man? Sasha Banks lost in her first title defense. Again, that's her 5th title reign. Like I said, she's the weakest. She's the weak link. Yeah, I don't know why they do that to Sasha. I don't know if they just see her as the flaky one. I don't know why they see Sasha as the super flaky one, but they do. Which is weird, but it is what it is. Wait a minute, I played them already. I played them and I beat them already. How are we, how... Alright, fuck it, I suppose we're doing this again, even though I already did it. So, there you go. Yeah, it is... Yeah, it's weird how they treat Sasha. I heard that. I didn't watch it. I only watched NXT. So I only watched TakeOver, and the only reason why I watched TakeOver was because I was already at Trapzilla's house, and he was watching it. I really don't watch the current product. Like, I really don't. Like, I hear updates just to kind of keep informed, but the current product sucks, dude. AEW and WWE. I can't, like, it's all super, not even cartoonish. It's all really dumb shit. Like, it's all, people being tossed into swamps and shit. Like, it's all, like, really, get the fuck out of here. I want to see wrestling. I want to see wrestling. If I want to see bad movies, I'll go watch bad movies. Because I like bad movies. But I don't like bad movies in my wrestling. And that's kind of all we're getting right now. And for a while, actually, but... Oh, look at this.
Here's Desmond King on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of NC State. It's Phillip Rivers.
Another great year for Phillip Rivers. 28 touchdown passes, and he went over 50,000 pass yards for his career while having his team in playoff contention late in the season. A lot of people thought the Chargers might look for a quarterback with their 17th overall pick. They didn't. In fact, they didn't draft one at all, which is a testament to Phillip Rivers'
Oh, got him!
Dropped it for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call.
Pushing a foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Man. That was me getting up from a fucking tackle.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty.
That's not roughing the fucking passer. I got it. Fuck out of here. Roughing the fucking passer. Get the fuck out of here. That's bullshit.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Fucking take that man down.
He is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First play
Roughing the
drive,
fucking
success,
passer.
19 yards.
The fuck out of here with that horse shit.
Line.
Here, you want us to rough the passer? We'll rough the passer.
No doubt about
Here,
it.
let me show you how we rough the passer.
As we're seeing so far, with that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers. You're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense.
Roughing the fucking passer. The fuck out of here.
With that, let's check out how the Chargers line up on offense.
Oh, horse shit is that, roughing the goddamn passer. I got you roughing the passer right here. I got you roughing the passer right here.
In 2017, rushed for over 1,100 yards, 12 total touchdowns. What I've always liked about him is how he keeps adding to his game. He did it in college, continues to do it in the NFL. We'll continue to see him blossom.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up.
Looks like somebody
back on their heels.
getting a little nervous over there in the pocket.
On third down, Rivers. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
They have marched down the field here, and I don't like it.
You can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that.
And this is hauled in by Williams for a Charger touchdown.
Wow.
Tyrell Williams, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chargers have taken
Went right over my man's head. Went right over my man's head.
A passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game.
My dad joked thinking it's because she's black. I don't think it's that. I don't know what it is, honestly, because she has a loose connection to a celebrity. You'd have thought they'd have pushed her more for that, and like they still push her. I don't know if maybe that's like her character. Maybe they just don't see her as a long-term champion, or maybe because of her losing but Bailey not, they're going to give her the belt when she faces Bailey. Like she's going to face off against Bailey and then take the belt from her and then be a more long-term champ. But it's just another notch in her belt of, you know, not being able to hold on to it.
How about this for immediate impact?
Like she's kind of got that notch.
And when they put him in the starting lineup, won 5 straight games.
Although for me, the other notch she has is I've never been a fan of the bank statement.
First carry for the Utah man now. It's Joe Williams.
Man, that was whack.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
There's too much daylight in the bank for me in the bank statement, so I've never liked it.
On 2nd down, Williams. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. With that, let's take a look here at the Charger defense.
Jaleel Adai's versatility is a big plus for him. He can match up against the tall receivers. He can match up against the short, quick receivers. He can cover inside. He can cover outside. And as an added bonus, he tackles well, too.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. first carry now for the former Viking. This is
Pass the first.
McKinnon.
Move the chains.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down.
Follow your
at
block.
the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner.
Follow
But
your
to me,
block.
their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding,
Pitch.
coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So
Half
from the
that sweet.
36 now, 1st and 10.
Yeah, so I think it's more long. It's longer term.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Room to run past midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard
I would love to see
line.
Jim Cornette manage Orange Cassidy. I think Jim would rather die than do that. Yeah, no, you wouldn't, because that wouldn't it. No, no, you really wouldn't want to see that.
So from Charger territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's the thing, if you on television, if he was saddled with that assignment, he'd do his job. I mean, he fucking did it for Mantar.
Now McKinnon. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
I mean, he did his job for Mantar, so
And now it's 2nd down.
I can't imagine him not doing that if that's his actual job. But that'll never be his job.
This guy really knows how to hold the point of attack. Great leverage.
That'll never be his job.
And sheds people, makes plays.
No one in their right mind would
6'5",
book that.
270, just a monster.
Absolute monster with a really high motor.
They run it with McKinnon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. To throw is Garoppolo. And he finds his tight end, Salek. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Just
4th and 3 on 33.
Leads to 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play.
Oh, the
even
end
though it
of
was
the
complete.
fucking quarter.
We can get to the field goal try, time
Like what happened? We have more time.
on this
end of
first
the
quarter
quarter.
of play. 7-0 is our score. They are, however,
I'm like, I was
facing
lining
a
up the kick. What the fuck
4th
happened?
down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt.
Accurate. Oh!
Ball, it's blocked.
You bastards!
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty. But
I mean, it's better to have it blocked and then recover it than to have it blocked and then have them pick that shit up. But son of a bitch.
Hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to
Son
drive
of
it
a
low
fuck.
in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy. Gives
Coach
him a chance to
suggestion.
block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best
Listen,
jumpers
this
on the other
motherfucker,
side of
man.
the field
Knock
and try
him
and
on
get
his
up and
ass.
get it.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. Now it's the backup Smith. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted.
I'll take that back.
By Quran Williams. And the return comes to a halt.
Let's take it right back.
44-yard line.
Let's take it right back.
Defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And his pass incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end.
I got a nervous hand there.
Bring up second down.
That's on me. I got a nervous hand.
By the way, as we expected, most of the starting units out here in the second quarter. So get your 2 deep.
That's on me. I got the hot hand.
If you have a particular favorite who wasn't a high draft pick or is an undrafted free agent trying to make the team, this is the time to watch him play and give it his best shot. Because most of the starters, you're exactly right, they'll be out of the game watching the rest of the way.
He nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now. Hey, a sidebar worth noting is that preseason cuts have changed. So week 3 that
about to be a
right
3 and out.
Preseason, I think, what did you say? The roster's going to stay at 90 instead of going down to 75 this year?
That's exactly right, Brandon, because in the past, just what you said, this game here, at the end of week 3, or game 3, you would cut the roster down to 75 and play game 4 just like that. In this case now, though, they're going to be able to keep guys all the way through.
Hold on it.
So guys
Move
who
the chains.
normally not have a chance to finish out the preseason, they'll get that chance now and get more opportunities to get on tape.
They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
Woo! Woo! In real life, that ball would have came the fuck out. I know you got some stickum on that shit. I know you got some stickum on there, homie. Everybody's lined up over there, huh? Take him out anyway.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams.
Ah, come on, nah!
And a nice move will yield nothing as he stopped behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Got one juke, but it wasn't enough.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them
Come back inside.
I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. Third down.
All right, let's see here.
Back to throw Beathard. And he checks this one down to Williams. He showed a little athletic juke, but then the daylight quickly closed.
Everybody came through on that
Instead
one.
of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think
Let's see if we can actually make it in the fucking thing this time.
Is your back to use his legs
If you don't
and his
mind.
elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In
Not
this
enough
case, it
distance,
didn't
I don't
happen.
think.
And Gold is able to put it through.
I'll take it.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
We're on the board. We're in the game.
So this time the protection holds
We
up
are
for
in the
just
game.
fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Geno Smith getting ready to go again here on offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw.
And it's funny because I'm thinking now of the conversation I had with my homeboy Trey on. It wasn't even on the podcast. It was just a conversation we had before the podcast about the Orlando Magic against the LA Lakers. That one season they got fucking swept out of the finals, and how Van Gundy wouldn't give up on the 3, even though the 3 was given up on him.
He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And I was like, if you bring people into the arc, since they're not making 3s, if you bring them into the arc, at least to try to make them to make 2s to stay in the game. He's like, oh, that doesn't work. Fucking idiot. No, that doesn't work. Like, no, that at least would keep you in the game so it's not completely blown out and you could figure something else out. Or you could go back to the 3s, or you could help Dwight. It gives you more options than just sitting there taking the L like that. Same thing here. Just like I used the example of football. It's the same thing. I could sit there and try to go for it on fourth
On any running
and
play
not
that's
make
called,
it,
they're
or I
always
could take the
hoping
damn
it's
3
gonna break
points
big and
and
go the
stay in the
distance.
game, stay
When you get a
competitive in
nice
the
game
game,
like that,
and then we'll see what
you do so
happens
many
from there.
things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same
Man.
play again, continue to move the ball on the ground. Or you can
hell he
decide
get
to
away
throw
with
the
that
ball
shit?
now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Give
He
him
never should have got
15
away with that
yards
shit.
on that one, and a Charger first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best. And keeps
Pressure
him out
that
there
man.
where all
Pressure
the
that
big
man.
boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open
Don't let
field.
up.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion,
Got him! Got him!
Bring him down.
sometimes I watch games.
Pressure that man.
On certain passing situations
Make him
because
think
it's not
about that
really
shit. Pressure him.
That was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Make him question his life decisions.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a tough spot for Geno
I should have done an
Smith
all-out
and
blitz,
company
but I gotta
after
leave
the
this whole
sack.
field down.
It's 3rd and long.
Open. I don't want to do that.
And on the ground they go with the running back.
Where you going, buddy?
Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39.
Where are you
Just a
going,
2-yard
buddy?
Pick up, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
I mean, that was right in his face.
He's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble,
suggest, Coach?
it sort of feels that way, doesn't it?
Deep
He
attack.
has it,
I don't
he
need deep
loses
attack.
it,
We'll do the curl
somehow
real quick.
ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's
Curls on
taking
first.
a deep sigh of relief right now. Here's Beathard to throw. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete.
That's a face mask.
Brought down
Automatic
somewhat
first down.
awkwardly
I'll
here.
take that all day.
Flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Face mask. Automatic first. Give it up. Yeah, it's
So
up
they'll
there.
take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face
Automatic
mask.
first down.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15.
I get why you want
against
deep
your
attack
squad.
right
So
now.
the yellow flag came out,
I
and
don't
that
blame you
leads to
one
a
bit.
new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Let's go! 319!
Beathard. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their
Give me a
first,
second
so
to think
they'll have
about that
two
shit.
remaining here before we get to halftime.
At the 23. Actually, let's do a draw play. Yeah, let's do a draw play. They're going to be expecting the pass. Let's do a draw play.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll hand it off now. Williams. So a nice job to break the one tackle,
ball.
but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Leopard!
Williams.
Ah, get out of there!
Nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Fucking get out of there!
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and
I don't
6.
necessarily need the TD.
All right, here we go.
I need
Blue
6 yards.
90. Blue 90.
To throw is Beathard.
Ah! God damn it! Get off of me! Get off the man!
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout.
Fuck.
They'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
I never should have tossed it to him because he wasn't past the thing.
Defense back out onto the field. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And Gould is able to put it.
Still in the game. Only down by one.
Back within a point at 7-6.
Disappointed we couldn't get in the fucking end zone. Or at least get the first down, but
And I've talked with enough players now.
do what you got to do.
These types of kicks that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one.
Too much wind on that one.
The end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's only had a couple of carries.
I would suggest you take the knee and go into the half, but you're not going to do that.
Neglect him. He's got to touch it and often in order to get maximum out of it. Typically, these types of backs, it's the accumulation of carries, and that's when you see the damage as the game goes on.
Yeah, let's see. You're going to try to get him into the flow.
That should have been a pick. A shamana should have been a pick.
There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down.
Eat up the clock if you want to. It's going in the half. I'm fine with that.
Gain on the run there. Now they'll be looking at a third down.
I'm fine with that.
To put this offense in precarious position. We
I don't
know
need
the
you scoring right
security
now.
point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Yeah,
so
fine
we
with
are
that.
halfway through here in the final week of the preseason as we send you cross-country. So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella,
I'm okay
just
with
a
that.
torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy's
Return it right. Let's see what we got here.
that says, "Don't rain on